What's up, everybody? If anybody's even out there. Oh, actually, I see you are there. Hey, everyone, make sure. Thank you. This is going to be a quick update for Harmony Montgomery. Finally, Adam has been charged. It's long overdue. I feel like we all kind of knew. But oh, it's going to be kind of loud down there, guys. In my house, everybody's home. So hey, Tennessee, what is up? Yeah, I was listening to a little bit as I was getting the thumbnail ready and stuff. So it's yeah, it's interesting. Hey, cool Gima. So yeah, let's just listen to it and then maybe we could chat a little bit about it. Because I'm planning on doing a live later too. I have a few guests on, if that all pans out. So um hey Jean Solis, pin a rose on your nose. Wait. That I love that name, pin a rose on your nose. I just like started saying it, but not even thinking about it as I'm saying it, and it just it hit me really funny. Um, JE girl. What does that stand for? JE girl 518 Asian carpenter. Okay, green eyes. Okay, let's watch this and we'll chat. Hey, the bomb, Lisa. What is up? Shaba. Lucy LA. Grandma Susu, Aussie True Crime. We got everybody in the house. TIM. TIM. All right, Wolverine. Okay, let's watch this real quick and then we will chat a little bit. And then I'll try to get ready for a evening live if you guys want to hang out tonight too. Okay, let me pull it up. How many of you guys watched it though already? Anybody? It's only 10 minutes long, but we'll go over kind of the basics of the case because they might cover it in the press conference, but if not, those of you that maybe haven't been following the case, we'll kind of go over a summary. Man, it's been forever since I've went over all the facts of the case, but hopefully it'll come back to me as I listen to the press conference. I mean, I know I know the base. I mean, like some of the specifics I might need to refresh on. I'll pull up an article or something, but um it's a really sad case because just real quick, she was supposedly thought to be dead 2 years before they reported her missing. So it's just so crazy that it took 2 years before anybody knew this poor little girl was even missing, you know? So, all right, let's play this. Hopefully it's loud enough. Thanks to Sleuthy for finding it for me because freaking I'm over here looking at like my normal things. I don't think to look at Facebook, so I'm over here looking at like WMUR. I'm looking at their website, looking at YouTube, and then Sleuthy texts me like, I'm like, I can't find it, and then she texted me it right on Facebook. I never think I need to start utilizing all of the platforms. All right, let's do it. Let's make it maybe like that. Oh no, it's better. Well, let's just see how it's set up. Okay, let's press play.
Good afternoon. I'm New Hampshire Attorney General John Formella, and I'm joined here today by Manchester Police Chief Alan Aldenberg and the team from the Manchester Police Department and members of my office. We're here today to provide a further update regarding the ongoing investigation into the 2019 murder of Harmony Montgomery. As you'll recall, back in January, we announced that 5-year-old Harmony likely disappeared sometime between November 28th and December 10th of 2019. In August of this year, after almost 8 months of investigative work undertaken by the Manchester Police Department, the Attorney General's Office, the U.S. Marshals Service, the FBI, and other law enforcement partners, we announced that we had concluded that 5-year-old Harmony was murdered in Manchester in early December of 2019. This conclusion was based on multiple sources of investigative information, including biological evidence. Since August, the Manchester Police Department, the Attorney General's Office, and our other law enforcement partners have continued to investigate this case in an effort to seek answers and justice for Harmony. Today, we are announcing another major step in this investigation. Earlier this morning, Adam Montgomery was arrested for the murder of Harmony Montgomery in 2019 and other related charges. Specifically, Mr. Montgomery has been charged with the following 4 crimes. Second-degree murder for recklessly causing the death of Harmony Montgomery, a person under 13 years of age, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by repeatedly striking Harmony in the head with a closed fist in Manchester on or about December 7, 2019. Falsifying physical evidence for purposely altering, destroying, concealing, or removing the body of Harmony Montgomery with a purpose to impair its verity or availability in an official proceeding or investigation in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and March 4th, 2020. Abuse of corpse for purposely and unlawfully removing, concealing, or destroying the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and March 4th, 2020. And tampering with witnesses or informants for purposely attempting to induce or otherwise cause Kayla Montgomery to testify or inform falsely in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and January 4th, 2022. Mr. Montgomery is expected to be arraigned on these charges in Hillsborough County Superior Court, Northern District in Manchester tomorrow, October 25th, 2022. While today's arrest is a major step in this investigation, there is much work to come. The charges and allegations against Adam Montgomery are merely accusations, and he is presumed innocent until proven guilty. That said, today I do want to again express my deepest sympathies to Harmony's family, friends, and loved ones. We understand that today's news, while significant for purposes of this investigation, is yet another difficult moment for those who loved Harmony and those who have followed this case. Our hearts go out especially to Harmony's family. My office will continue to provide whatever assistance we can through our Office of Victim Witness Assistance as they deal with these difficult moments. In a moment, I'm going to turn it over to Manchester Police Chief Alan Aldenberg, but once again, before I do, I want to extend my sincere thanks to the Chief and the entire team at the Manchester Police Department for the time and dedication and professionalism that they've put into this case and their relentless pursuit for justice on behalf of Harmony and those who knew and loved her. Chief.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Alan Aldenberg, the Chief of Police for the Manchester Police Department. This morning at approximately 10:30 a.m., Adam Montgomery was transported to the Manchester Police Department. He was booked in on the charges of second-degree murder, falsifying physical evidence, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with a witness. The booking process was completed without incident, and he was then transported back to the Hillsborough County House of Correction. Although we are all pleased that we were able to bring forth these charges, they are of no solace to myself, the detectives behind me, who have worked tirelessly on this investigation, and more importantly, they bring no solace to the loved ones of Harmony Montgomery and her family and friends. Again, I want to take a moment to publicly thank the detectives and the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office for their unwavering commitment and devotion to this investigation. Specifically behind me, in no particular order, Captain Sean Layton, Captain Matt LaRochelle, Detective Jack Dunleavy, Detective Scott Riley, Detective Max Rayhill, Deputy U.S. Marshal Billy Tufts, couple more in the back of the room, Lieutenant Georgioulis, Detective Davenport, and Detective Coswick as well. Many, many people have sought justice for Harmony, and they are unmatched in their tenacity and their professionalism. Every single one of you has been the voice of Harmony and seeking justice for her. Said I wasn't going to do it. Has been your single motivation and number one priority for the past 10 months. I also want to thank your families who've also had to endure the long hours, missed family events, and all the sadness that this investigation has brought. As I have before, I want to personally acknowledge Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill and Benegatti. These two gentlemen are steady, professional, compassionate, and the ultimate pursuers of justice for Harmony. I'm certain that the charges that we have brought forward today will garner additional discussion, speculation, and undoubtedly will elicit a wide range of emotions from the public. I ask that in memory of Harmony, that we all make every effort to do something nice for a child today. I know of no other way. I know of no other way to respect and honor this innocent and defenseless child than to extend an act of kindness to another child in her memory. Just take a few moments out of your day to say something nice to a child. Give him or her a hug, some special words of encouragement. Give them an extra hug, or just simply tell them that you love them and that you will always protect them. I want to emphasize that our work is not finished and that the gentleman with me today will not stop until this case is brought to the appropriate resolution. As always, I encourage members of the public to continue to use the dedicated tip line should they have any information at all that would assist us in the investigation. Again, that dedicated tip line is 603-203-6060. I'll say it again. That number is 603-203-6060, and that phone line is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, thank you all for being here today. I will now hand it back to the Attorney General for some closing comments. General.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you again to you and your team for all of the work that you put into this case and for the work yet to come. We have a lot of work ahead, but we will continue our work to seek justice for Harmony and all those who loved her. Before I close, I do want to acknowledge the work of our team at the Attorney General's office, especially Senior Assistant Attorney General Jesse O'Neill, who's been on this case from the beginning, and Senior Assistant Attorney General and Homicide Unit Chief Benegatti. Both have worked closely and tirelessly with Chief Aldenburg and the Manchester Police Department in this investigation. And again, there is much more work to come. As to any further specifics or questions about the nature of evidence in this case, due to the fact that we now have pending charges against Mr. Montgomery, we're unable to make further comments at this time. Additional information will be made available through court filings and in court proceedings as the case moves forward. Thank you for your time.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to get my file. Hold on a second, because I'm trying to get my file on my external hard drive of my Harmony file to remind me some of the facts of the case. Because was he arrested? So he was, I remember, because I did a few videos. You guys could check out my playlist. I have a Harmony Montgomery playlist of all the videos that I made about her. Hold on, let me bring up her file and see what I got here. Because so I can't remember. Somebody asked, was he free this whole time? And why can't I remember? Like, I know he was charged. Okay, so he was supposedly a suspect in 2 other instances where the one person got shot, remember? And then the other one, what was it? The other one, he was like the main suspect, but he was they never like made a charge. And then the other one, it was like somehow he got it like self-defense or something. But why was he in jail? Remind me, guys. If you know real quick, I'm going to bring up my file, but What's he been locked up for? It's just, you guys got to understand how many cases I go through, and like, and you know what I'm saying? It's been like months since I've looked into all the details. So just forgive me here. This just popped up where I was like, oh my God, a press release. So I didn't have time to like refresh and on everything. All right, hold on. Let me bring up my file. 1 second. We'll go over some of this here. Let's see, documents. Let's see, here's some documents I have. I don't remember what they have, but let's look through them real quick. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Maybe it'll tell us a little bit of stuff. 1 second, here we go. So here, let's see what we got. I don't remember what these are, but they're under this. It's for this case. Okay, oh, this is the Kayla Montgomery. So Kayla was Adam's girlfriend, or I guess wife, right? And he was supposedly with this girl at the time of her disappearance. Harmony's like when it happened, basically. And they were still collecting like assistance. So she got charged for that. So you can see defendant is currently charged with 1 class of felony, count of welfare fraud, which alleges in essence that she intentionally failed to disclose to the New Hampshire DHHS Division of Family Assistance that Harmony Montgomery was no longer in the defendant's household or under her care. On January 6, 2022, the court held a bail hearing and bail was set in the amount of $5,000. And so if you remember, hold on a second. Let's see what else we got. So this is when they were, so neighbor concerned about young child living at this address. Hold on, let me take this down so I could read it all. Living at this address, said she thinks the parents are squatting there and have no electricity, just a small generator. And there is there's trash everywhere. She is concerned for the child and asked that we check the condition. Montgomery resident have been here several times and have assisted DCYF on check condition here as well. Everyone home, generators running, food in the house. They are all healthy, all is well. Still working with Demetrius from DCYF. So yeah, somebody calls this in and they go and they just say, oh, everything's fine. And you know it. I'm sorry, that doesn't sound like everything's fine. Like they should have looked into it more. And this is, let's see, central intake. Oh, 9/12/29. So this would have been, because they suspect that it happened, August 2019. So he basically lied and said, wait, let me read one more. So this is some of the complaints. So caller lives in the neighborhood. At 3 a.m., his wife hear music and a lot of talking. This morning, there has been no movement from the house, and the car appears to have been broken into. Said there is pry marks all over the car. We've dealt with this address quite a bit in the last couple months. And then basically, she's all set. Like they let it go, solved at the scene. So everything's good. Unfounded complaint. Caller says that she is concerned that the dog that is at the address is being abused. When asked about abuse, she hears the people inside yelling at the dog and then the dog yelping and more yelling. Says ongoing problem, says that the dog then gets put outside. So this is all coming from the house with Adam and Kayla and yeah, this is another one. Squatters in the building. Home is up for auction. There is a generator running. There's trash all over the place. Unknown exactly how many people are in there. Getting numerous calls about this tenant. Adam is in the process of being evicted. His uncle Kevin has been calling and checking conditions and harassing him. DCYF has been involved as well. Solved at the scene though. And then I then spoke to Kevin. He told me Adam and his family had taken over the house since Helen had gone to Florida. Kevin said they originally inhabited the upstairs but took over the rest of the home. Kevin said he and Helen only wanted to retrieve some personal items before Adam and his family are to be evicted at the end of the month. I then entered the home with Helen to retrieve her property. While inside the residence, I observed clutter in every room consisting of clothing and empty food containers. Adam told me although the power had been turned off several months ago due to a non-payment, he has a portable generator in the driveway which powers the refrigerator. I could see food in the cupboards and refrigerator. Adam further explained that the home has running water as well. I went upstairs with Helen where I contacted Adam's wife, Kayla, and the 3 children. All 3 children appear to be clean and fed. Their clothing was appropriate for the current conditions, although this area was highly disheveled. It did not appear unsafe. The argument was diffused and both parties separated after the property was retrieved. No, never mind. I said August. It was November, right? That they thought, because wasn't he supposedly taking her to for Thanksgiving? So supposedly he told, his story was he dropped Harmony off to his mother, Crystal. Story is Harmony's mother. So he supposedly, I think it was around Thanksgiving, if I'm remembering right. Now that I'm reading this stuff, I'm like starting to remember more things. So I think it was like for Thanksgiving, right? Around that time, he was going to drop. He said, this is what he lied. He said, "Oh yeah, I dropped Harmony off with her mom," but Crystal's like, "No, I never got her. That's a lie." So he lied, and so he basically wanted to make it look like, well, I don't know what happened to Harmony. Crystal has her. She never returned her back. You know. Let's see what this one says. So this is December. So this is after, obviously after. Oh, this is Crystal. So Crystal, look, so Crystal this is who's writing this. She has been trying to report her daughter missing and people weren't taking her serious. Like they were ignoring her. So it says, thank you for reaching out. I'm sorry to hear about the situation. Unfortunately, the city does not have jurisdiction over DCYF or the court system. I encourage you to reach out to New Hampshire legal assistance to see if they would be able to review your case and provide legal assistance on the custody issue. They may be reached at, if you know your child is in immediate danger or physical harm, you believe this is an emergency situation, please do not hesitate to dial 911. You may also call police at a non-emergency line to request a welfare check or to attempt to file a missing person report. If you already attempted to do these things but have not heard back, please let me know and I will check on the status of your case. I genuinely wish you the best. And then she ends up having to write the mayor because they ignore her. So she's over here looking for her daughter. Nobody's doing anything. So she writes the mayor. Hello, mayor. Hello, mayor. I am a single mother of 3. I currently only have 2 of my kids. My oldest daughter, Harmony, she's 7 years old. Her father, Adam Montgomery, has physical custody of her, and he is currently homeless and under the influence. DCYF has had an open case for my daughter and didn't remove her when they witnessed her bruises. And the house at the time had no running water. Now it's a year later, and DCYF has done nothing to help me find her. She's supposed to be in 1st grade. He never enrolled her into school this whole time. She's missed important doctor's appointments she's had since a baby due to her disability in her eye. Please, I'm begging for help in finding my daughter before she ends up like that little boy that just passed away due to neglect through the department. My next step is going to the media to get whatever help I need to find her and bring her home safe. My number is, please help. Thanks for your time. Happy holidays. So obviously she writes this in December 29, 2021. By that time, Harmony's already gone because they suspect that it was 2019 that he did this. So it's such a sad case because, nobody even started reporting her missing until 2 years after they think something happened. Like, poor girl. Let's see what else. I have some more stuff. Oh, that's when we were going through I could show some pictures. These are like all my files I've collected so this is Adam and Kayla. So this is his wife at the time that whenever happened to Harmony, that she was under these 2 care. And she continued to freaking collect assistance, claiming Harmony was under their care and wasn't. But then she lied and said, oh, Adam told me he took her to her mom's. I thought she was at her mom's. So I saw somebody comment though. They said, oh, Kayla's talking. Did I miss something in the press conference where they said Kayla is the one that told him everything? Can you guys let me know? Because I might have missed that. I know, Sluicy. It is a shame. So, let's see. The one time we went through like all the Facebook posts and just like read them. Let's see if there's anything. So Adam says, never shave the beard, get mad. Compliments from the beard, and my girl loves it. But Ty, Tony, we really are happy. Thanks, buddy. I miss it. Let's see. So this is the guy. This is basically the one that killed Harmony, and I guess they're guessing that it was from when he, like, what did they say? Punched her with a closed fist. And then there was this one instance. I gotta find it. I think it was was it the uncle that witnessed something or the friend that witnessed him like beating her? Remember, like giving her, or no, wait, she had like a black eye or something, and he said, oh, I took care of her or something. She was given, something about like her little brother, and so he took care of her. He like almost like admitted it to somebody. You remember that? Yes, it already did, Britt. Go rewind it. We played it. Um, let's see. Oh, here. Some of these don't really. And this is him. So he posts on September 30th, 2015. He posts a picture of Harmony when she's a baby, right? I'm guessing that was supposed to be. Yeah, because somebody says, "You have a daughter?" All, and he says, "Yeah, she's 16 months." Somebody says, "Time flies, doesn't it? You're going to need a shotgun when she grows up. You're in trouble." He says, "Yes, I am. Thank you very much." And that's another picture of him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going through some of my old files. I'm not sure even what was in here. See if there's anything interesting. Oh, I'm gonna play you her little brother. Oh my God. So her little brother got adopted out by this awesome couple. I'm gonna actually play the video I did where he writes this message because before, that they said that she was probably gone. Like, hold on, I'll show you 1 second. Let me just see if there's anything else in these files that's relevant to the case. So I'm not sure who that. I think that's his dad. I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering right, but I don't know for sure though. That's Harmony when she's younger. Yeah, they wanted Harmony too. I'll show you. It's so horrible because they said they would love to have his like biological sister, so they wanted to adopt her. That's what they were like, man, if they would just add, like, we would have loved to have her and take care of her. If these, if they didn't want her and couldn't take care of her, then so this is Harmony and the murderer. And he posts, so this is May 22nd, 2017. My beautiful baby girl, I love you so much. But I guess there was a point where he, like, got sober. I remember going through, like, his history where there was a point where he, like, because he's an addict, and he got, like, sober, and it seemed like, I guess he was doing good. But I don't care. I feel like if you're an abuser and you're violent, I don't know if it stops when you freaking sober up, to be honest. It could, because I know, I'm not using drugs as an excuse, but sometimes they can make you act in ways that you probably wouldn't normally. But I don't know for sure if when he stopped, did he stop abusing her at the time? But I know there was a period, I guess he was doing kind of good where he sobered up and stuff. And I think it was around this time right now, like at this picture. Um, I know it's somewhere in the text they talk about it because we went through all these on a live once and just kind of got a feel of how everything went. Um, oh. Let's see. I wasn't even gonna smile, but she got me too, so I was trying to hold it. She's 12. Ashley's 25. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is that. Okay, this is from him and his old wife. Okay, so yeah, I think let's move on to something else because I don't know if I want to go through all these because you guys might be kind of bored, but we kind of went through like all the messages when like him and Harmony's wife or Harmony's mother, when they were together, like their messages back and forth. We just had one of those long lives. We were just getting into everything. Remember, guys, till the wheels fall off? That was from this case. Okay, so let's go back to one of these videos that I did. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wait, here's more documents. I don't know. Are you guys interested in some of these documents? I then spoke to Kevin. Wait, actually, this is out of order. Here's Harmony. She's so cute. Hold on. This is True Crime Replays. But why is that not going, though? Let's just see. It looks like this just cuts in. I'm trying to find the original. It says, I then spoke to Kevin. He told me Adam and his family had taken over the house. Oh, yeah, this is what we read before, actually. It's just a different... It's from a different one. All right, hold on one second. It is so hot here, guys. Okay, let's see here. This is the one I already read too. Just want to see if there's any other documents that... Sorry. Why does it keep going back to that? Hold on. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff, but let's watch this video first, and then if you want to, we'll go back to the documents in a minute. Let me find this video. Let's see. It's a YouTube. It's on my playlist. Oh wait, we could actually here. Let's watch some of these. Hold on a second. We could watch like I don't think the audio is gonna work though. Hold on one second. Let me do it a different way. 1 second. Video. Lordy. Okay, so we'll just, for those of you that maybe aren't familiar, I'll play some of the news clips. So this is going to be, the one I'm playing right now is going to be Harmony's biological mom, Crystal, the one that we read, those letters that she wrote to the mayor, like 2 years later, like in 2022 or 2021, not even knowing, having a feeling that her mom, that something happened to Harmony, but not knowing, and is trying to figure it out and get them to do something. But okay.
We're going to bring her home.
None of us.
We're never going to stop.
Okay, why is there no... Never mind. Why was there no audio? Hold on a second. That one was... Let me get another one. I don't know why that audio just stopped like that. Hold on, let's do... Here's another one where she speaks out, the mom.
If I can't speak for her, who else is going to? You know? Look what happened for 2 years because I wasn't her voice, or I couldn't be, or nobody could hear me.
Where did you think Harmony was for the last 2 years?
I thought she was with her dad, and he was just being a jerk, really. That's what I hoped was happening, you know, but in my heart I knew something was wrong. Something was very wrong. Like, he was going to extremes to block me and make sure that I couldn't contact her or anything, or even to the point, like, once his family started calling DCYF and he knew, they, you know, he then cut them off, and then I couldn't even get information from them, you know, because at least I could get information about what was going on through them. Couldn't even get anything from them. He literally cut anybody that questioned him about how he treated Harmony or what he was doing, he cut them off.
When was the last time you actually saw Harmony?
In a FaceTime video, like 2-3 days before Easter. I showed her her basket. I said, I'm coming in a couple days. Mommy got you a basket, you know? I held on to that basket for a year and some change, hoping, you know, that I'd have a chance to give it to her.
And what did she seem like when you saw her on FaceTime?
Terrified. I would say, hey, you know, what's going on? What, you know, what'd you eat for lunch? What'd you do today? You know, are you going to school yet? Like, you know, how are your brothers and sisters? You got any friends? You know, little questions like that. I'm her mom. Like, I want to know these things. I want to know she's happy. And every time I asked these things, he would pause it and he'd tell, whatever he'd say to her, I can't hear him, he'd mute it. And he'd be like, don't tell her, don't, and she'd be like, you know, and I'm watching her, so he'd unmute it, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why are you muting it every time I ask her a question? Why aren't you letting her talk to me? Why are you answering for her? Like, you're acting weird, Adam. I'm like, what's going on? Like, we're co-parenting. Like, you're letting me have visits. Like, what's going on? He's like, no, I have sole custody, sole decision making. You don't get to ask me shit. And he hangs up and blocks me. And that was the last thing I had contact with her and saw her at all.
What made you call the police before Christmas?
It was a couple weeks. I had called right after he stopped talking to me, but I was talking to my therapist, and I was telling her, like, listen, this is affecting my mental health. I can't sleep. I'm super depressed. Like, my son's well taken care of, but me personally, I was really sad, like something right here all the time, just telling me, like, you got to get her, and I said to my therapist, I said, no one's hearing me. I've made reports. I've talked to desk people at DCF office because I didn't have a certain extension, because Demetrius wasn't on the case anymore, which was the person that was supposed to remove her that didn't. He knew Adam personally. He was Adam's DYS counselor. So he was a conflict of interest from the beginning. So the 3 times they were supposed to remove her, they didn't, because he knew him personally. And then I got word when Mauricio had reached out to me and said, I was told you had made past reports, and then they started asking me questions about Harmony, and I said I still haven't seen or heard from her, nothing, and didn't hear anything. The guy I have all the text messages from the guy basically doing nothing. So I reached out to the mayor, and I said, listen, if you guys don't help me find my daughter, because DCYF and DCF and Mass dropped the ball on this one, let her slip through the cracks. I said, I'm going straight to the media. I don't care. It was like hours later, I got a phone call from the police in Manchester. And I had already called the Manchester police. They told me I couldn't file a missing persons report because he had physical custody of her. So they said, they told me go to court and file a petition to get custody. So I go there, and they tell me if it's a DCYF open case, then I can't go there and go to court. So they were running, sent me around for busy work, you know what I mean, while they were trying to figure out how to cover their butt. And it was just, when they knew I couldn't do anything at the courthouse, but they still sent me over there, you know what I mean? And then, the cops called me, and they're like, we're completely involved now. DCYF told me this is really suspicious, blah, blah, blah. And then it came on the news.
Have you ever seen Adam be violent?
Yeah, when I was in a relationship with him, he used to choke me. I was pregnant with her, he'd choke me, all kinds of stuff. If you did more than him, he'd choke you. If you were texting and he didn't want you to, or somebody he didn't like, he would do whatever to you, scream at you, get in your face, whatever. He uses his intimidation and manipulation to get what he wants. Always has.
Have you ever seen him be violent towards Harmony?
Towards her, not me seeing this, but we had a play therapist that she had while he was getting visits when I had custody of her, and even my play therapist had made a report before he got custody, mind you. I still had custody of her at this point. The play therapist made a report of abuse, saying there was definite abuse going on in the house during visits, and when she told me that, I completely never let him have visits with her again, because Nan was supervising them, and there was once or twice where she had doc's appointments and stuff, so she wasn't there the whole time. And he's short-tempered, so he, as soon as he gets the second or loses his temper, he's gonna hit her, And my daughter is she's just like me, she talks a lot, and she's excited, and she's smart. She kind of even thinks she might even know a little bit more than you, even though she doesn't. But that's just her, and she's just beautiful like that. But I just don't ever see someone getting so angry to where they bash her around the house, as he said. I just don't understand. If that was the case and that's what you planned on doing with her, why go for custody? To spite me. That's all it was. It was never for love for Harmony.
Did he ever speak negatively of Harmony?
Yeah, oh yeah, he'd say, when I talked to him, I'm like, so what was going on at the visits? I questioned him about what the therapist had said. hence telling him no more visits, because he was blowing up my phone. He was supposed to pick her up and I didn't answer. Then he showed up to the sober house in Roxbury making a scene, and the director was like, we'll call the cops on you, you know? And I told him, this is why you're doing extreme punishments to her. She all kinds of stuff like that the therapist had gotten out of her just by playing dolls in a dollhouse. Imagine. I was horrified. I was like, no. I told DCF, and that was that. Like months later, they hand over custody.
How is it possible she got to stay with him after all of that?
I don't understand. I still don't understand to this day. I had a court date on the same day of that hearing for Jameson's adoption. So I sent over to get a continuance from the courthouse saying, hey, we need a different court date. I can't cut myself in half. They denied my continuance and just handed him over custody because they wanted to wash their hands of the case. You know, they were done with it. It was the lady said it was open 4 years too long.
So, I know, oh, sorry, come back a little bit this way.
Oh, sorry.
Stay in one spot, yeah. Okay.
I was trying to get out the wind.
No, I
It was
know.
like,
I'm sorry.
whew.
Only a few more questions and we'll be done. I know it's cold.
I don't know where he is. He needs to just come give me my coat.
I know, I mean, these are tough questions to ask a mom, but I mean, do you think Harmony's alive?
I still believe she's here. I think he has her with either like his mother that no one knows really anything about because she never raised him, you know, but I think he would call his mom or hit her up on Facebook and say, I'm in real bad trouble. I need you to take her. You're the only one that no one knows. You know what I mean? I feel like she's still here. I would know, man. Like I said before, a mother knows. You know when your baby's not here anymore. You know, you feel it the day it happens, you know, and yeah, I've woken up with panic attacks and woke up calling family members freaking out because like I just have a terrible feeling all the time. But it's not a feeling of that she's not here anymore, you know?
With his violent past and addiction, I mean, do you think he could have...
I feel like he sold her. I think he sold her because the same week that they're saying this happened, the day after Thanksgiving to December 6th, was the week after my son legally got adopted on the news. You know what I mean? And he knew what my son looked like. He, you know, that's my daughter's brother, you know? So he saw that, and I really think it's connected. I think, like, he got that idea from seeing that and was like, oh, I can do it illegally, you know? Because not for nothing, right around the same time, you know, human trafficking was at an all-time high. So was organ harvesting, which I don't even want to go there, you know, but at least if he sold her to a family that legally couldn't adopt or something, you know, there's still hope that she's at least safe somewhere, you know.
Do you feel any guilt?
Oh yeah, every day. Every day. I played a part in this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm innocent. Like, I'm a recovering addict. Like, when I gave birth to her, I didn't know nothing about being a parent. I didn't know nothing about getting in recovery, but I never stopped trying. I always went into program after program after program trying to, you know, prove to her and my family that I wasn't going to stop until I got better, you know. And I just, you know, especially when I kept reaching out to Adam, kept reaching out. Like, I even was like, I even wanted to show him, like, look how far I've come, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of shame and guilt, you know, that come with this. But it's not gonna set me back. It's gonna motivate me to keep fighting for her and keep looking for her, because if I can't speak for her, who else is going to, you know? Look what happened for 2 years because I wasn't her voice, or I couldn't be, or nobody could hear me. You know, I just want people to hear me and come forward and tell us something, because somebody knows something. It's a fact. Like, someone knows something, and either they're too afraid to get in trouble or whatever, but someone knows something.
And just my last question, the search happening at the house now.
They're just scouring for any type of anything,
Do
really.
you think there's something at that house?
No. I don't have a feeling like there's... I get these crazy intuitions, I always have, and I don't have any type of intuition about that house. I feel like they're wasting time, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I'm also hoping as well, you know, that there's nothing. So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, Crystal. I know it's not easy.
That's okay.
Okay, so I see a lot of different opinions about her. I remember when this interview first happened, we kind of were a little bit like the one person that said, did Adam give him to her mother or did he sell her? Because she just said two different things. But no, I think she's totally innocent in the fact that she didn't have anything to do with, or she really didn't know that Adam did that. But yeah, she even said, I'm not innocent. I was an addict. You know, I lost custody because of my choices. So, I mean, you can only blame her so much. I feel bad for her. I think this is all Adam, you know? Here, let me play another video though. Give you you guys, if you're not familiar with this case, let's see what else I got here. I'll just play all my little news clips I have, and then remind me at the end to play my YouTube video I did of her little brother. This message, it's so freaking sad.
And new details in the case of a missing New Hampshire girl. It's captivated the nation. Federal investigators scouring through the home where Harmony Montgomery was last seen more than 2 years ago, searching for any clues that may lead them to the now 7-year-old. So here's what we know. Even though Harmony has been missing for upwards of 2 years, police only became aware of her disappearance within the past few weeks. Her father and stepmother, whom she had been living with, are both now in police custody. And correspondent Brian Enton is live outside the Montgomery home in New Hampshire. So, Brian, we know Harmony's dad and stepmother are facing charges, but now Harmony's biological mother getting more involved in this case.
Nicole, this story is so disturbing on so many different levels. For the first time today, we spoke to Harmony's mother, and she says that she tried over and over again to tell authorities that Harmony's dad was abusive, but she says no one would listen. The search for that little 7-year-old girl has continued for days inside the house behind me. The search intensifying today for missing 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery. At her last known address in Manchester, New Hampshire, an FBI evidence response team has been called in. From the air, you can see crews using pipes with hot water in the backyard to thaw out the frozen ground so they can dig and search.
I just want people to hear me and come forward and tell us something, because somebody knows something.
Crystal Sorey is Harmony's mom. Police say the 7-year-old little girl was missing for 2 years before detectives found out. She lived with her dad, Adam Montgomery. Where did you think Harmony was for the last 2 years?
I thought she was with her dad, and he was just being a jerk, really. That's what I hoped was happening, you know, but in my heart I knew something was wrong. Something was very wrong.
Crystal says she last saw her daughter during a FaceTime back in 2019. And what did she seem like when you saw her on FaceTime?
Terrified. I would say, hey, you know, what's going on? You know, what'd you eat for lunch? What'd you do today? You know, are you going to school yet? Like, you know, how are your brothers and sisters? You got any friends? You know, little questions like, I'm her mom. Like, I want to know these things. I want to know she's happy. And every time I asked these things, he would pause it and he'd tell whatever he'd say to her. I can't hear him. He'd mute it. And
maybe I'll skip through this because this is just playing like clips of
she'd be
whole interview.
And so is responsible, but he has been charged with failing to have her in his custody and not knowing where she is. Crystal says he is extremely violent and would choke her when she was pregnant. She claims she tried expressing her concerns to authorities over and over again, but was ignored. She also admits she feels she didn't do enough to protect her little girl. Do you feel any guilt?
Oh yeah, every day. Every day. I played a part in this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm innocent. Like, I'm a recovering addict. Like, when I gave birth to her, I didn't know nothing about being a parent. I didn't know nothing about getting in recovery, but I never stopped trying.
And Harmony's mother believes that her daughter may have been sold for drugs by her father, Adam Montgomery. And Nicole, it's just so hard to wrap your mind around that this 7-year-old little girl was missing for 2 years before anyone reported it officially to police.
Yeah, so many potential bad outcomes here, Brian. Okay, so you say her mom thinks she may have been sold for drugs. Did she tell you why she thinks that?
Well, her ex, Harmony's father, is a known drug addict. You know, everyone pretty much involved in this situation has been involved in drugs in the past, and she believes that her ex may have hit a low point, wanted drugs, and actually sold Harmony. And she believes in her heart that little girl is still alive. Again, they were searching the home behind me for 2 days. They were out in the yard digging and looking, and it appears at this point police have closed up shop here. From what we are told, they've found nothing so far.
Well, we also certainly hope Harmony is alive. We hope she is safe. Brian, thank you.
Okay, so here's the story of, I think it's her uncle. Remember I was telling you about the story of what he said, something like that he was bashing her around the house or something. I think this is the video where he tells the story. So here's that.
Just imagine if it was your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter. People know. Someone knows. Someone knows something.
Harmony Montgomery's disappearance takes us back to April 2019. In an affidavit for Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, her mother, Crystal Sorey, tells police she saw Harmony on a FaceTime call with Adam around Easter. She says Harmony looked scared. In July of 2019, Harmony's great uncle, Kevin Montgomery, witnesses Harmony with a black eye. In the affidavit, he tells police Adam told him he did it, saying, "I bashed her around the house." The alleged abuse stemmed from an incident between Harmony and her baby brother, where Adam found Harmony holding her hand over her brother's mouth to stop him from crying. Kevin also claims he recalled seeing Harmony spanked hard on the butt, being forced to stand in the corner for hours, and scrubbing the toilet with her toothbrush. Manchester police say Harmony was last seen in October of 2019 at a home in New Hampshire. Harmony's great-uncle tells News Nation's Ashley Banfield he was visiting that house at the time and made the call to police.
It was my mother's house, and we wanted to go there and get some things that my mother wanted to retrieve and to check on the kids.
He says he briefly saw Harmony inside the home, recalling she looked timid. In the following months, Adam Montgomery's wife, Kayla, claims November or December of 2019 was the last time she physically saw Harmony. She told police in an affidavit that Adam was driving Harmony back to Crystal's home in Massachusetts. Kayla says she never saw or heard from Harmony again after that. Harmony's mother denied getting back her daughter around that time. Throughout 2021, according to court documents, Crystal spent the year attempting to find Adam and her daughter. Adam and Kayla had blocked all communication from Crystal through phone numbers and social media. Crystal says she made attempts to locate her by contacting different schools and driving by addresses that may be associated with Adam, but no luck. In November of 2021, Crystal reported Harmony missing to Manchester police, saying her daughter was in Adam's custody. Police then contacted New Hampshire's Division of Children, Youth, and Families for further information on Adam, but couldn't locate him. On December 27, 2021, the state's Division of Children, Youth, and Families notified police, saying they could not locate Harmony. On New Year's Eve, police made contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, who were found together inside a car. According to Adam's affidavit, police say he made contradicting statements about Harmony and refused to provide information on her whereabouts by telling police, "Not talking to you, I have nothing to say to you, and if I'm not under arrest, I'm leaving." Police later take him into custody. On January 2nd, 2022, police search a Manchester home that belonged to Harmony's family in 2019, hoping to find answers where she could be. On January 4th, Manchester police charge Adam Montgomery with second-degree assault from that incident in 2019 involving Harmony, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. The following day, Kayla Montgomery was arrested on a warrant for a charge of welfare fraud stemming from food stamp benefits she was claiming on behalf of Harmony, even though she was no longer living with them. Which brings us to where we are today. Harmony is still missing, with police working around the clock.
I'm in rescue mode right now. All right, this is not a recovery. All efforts are focused on that Harmony is alive, and somewhere out there, this little girl is, in need of help.
And family pleading for her safe return.
My niece is out there. She has family that love her. Yeah, we just want her home.
Okay, so that kind of gives you a little story. So that's okay. I forgot for that charge for what he did to her, bashing her around the house. So he was in custody, yeah. But finally, they officially charged him with the murder today. So if you guys haven't seen the press conference, rewind it. I played it. It's only like 10 minutes, but let me see if there's another video. Hold on a second before I play her little brother. Let's see here. You know what? No, I think I'll play the little brother. It's so freaking cute. Hold on. Let me bring it up. I might have to just go to my YouTube. I don't know if where I saved it. Well, here, let me see what this one is. Let me play this while I look for it, okay?
Investigators were back at the former home of the dad of a missing girl who hasn't been seen in 2 years. You can see here that they were actually digging and sifting through some dirt, looking for any clues into what happened to Harmony Montgomery. WBZ's Christina Hager is live for us in Manchester, New Hampshire tonight. And Christina, Harmony's relatives say they're taking steps of their own to try to find her.
Yeah, police just reopened Guilford Street here, which they had closed off for much of the day so trucks could bring in equipment to do the search here. And we did hear from some of the missing little girl's relatives. Harmony Montgomery's family is growing desperate.
We just want her home.
The missing 7-year-old's great aunt, Erin Montgomery, posting missing flyers at the scene where investigators scoured the property of the last home where the girl was known to live with her father, Adam Montgomery. He's the one who had custody of her and is now behind bars accused of hitting and giving her a black eye years ago.
My family made numerous reports of concern for her safety, and the system did nothing, and they left her there.
We're never going to stop. At a vigil this weekend, Harmony's birth mother, who had lost custody of the girl, pleaded for help.
I didn't have the greatest track record, but I never gave up. I never, ever gave up.
Crystal Sori called police last month when she discovered the girl had not been seen since 2019. Relatives are clinging to hope Harmony's alive.
I mean, you have to have hope, right?
When police confronted her father sleeping in a car on this Manchester street New Year's Eve, they say he wouldn't answer their questions. Last week, they also arrested his wife, Kayla Montgomery, accused of collecting welfare in Harmony's name.
It's devastating. It's any family's worst nightmare.
After spending days under tarps searching for clues, police packed up and left. Harmony's family hoping their work wasn't in vain.
Yes, please. We believe that somewhere somebody knows something or has seen Harmony. So please, if you see or know anything, call the Manchester Police Department.
The New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services sent us a statement saying DCYF cannot comment because federal law requires interactions with families be kept confidential. Meantime, the reward for information leading to Harmony is now up to more than $90,000. In Manchester, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
Christina, thank you. Tonight.
Okay, so I found my YouTube video okay, let's see here. Let me play it. All right, let's see. Put out a little video. Let me skip to the part. Harmison's video. That's him and her. How cute is that? Okay, here we go. Let me start it right where he starts. Okay. Sure.
Harmony, it's me, your brother. I hope I see you soon.
How adorable is that? I can't. How cute. Oh, it's just too much. So he got adopted by it's hold on, maybe I'll read the article. It's like the guy that adopted him, isn't he like a news reporter or not a news reporter, but he's like a hold on, let me see if I could find it. Let me get rid of this real quick. Okay. 1 second. I know it's so freaking cute. I can't take it. All right, let me type in. But I have a playlist. I have probably like if you guys want to catch up, I feel like I somewhat did a pretty thorough job. Whenever there was like a new update or anything new, I try to cover it. So if you guys do want to learn about the case, just go to my playlist, Harmony Montgomery playlist. You'll be able to, let me see how many videos I have on that one. I have 10 videos, but now this is 11, and I don't think I have the other update. So I think there's probably 12. I got to add 2 more to the playlist, but okay, so let me see the see if I can find this real quick. Jameson is his name. Let me see, Jonathan Miller. Here, let's read this article and see what it says. Let me be reminded. So here, so they said they would have adopted the Harmony too. They would have loved to have Harmony. So here's the 3 boys. That's Jameson. So that's Harmony's brother. It was traumatic how Harmony Montgomery 7 was separated from her brother as family claims missing blonde girl was seen with black eye. So Harmony Montgomery used to take care of her little brother Jameson, now 5, in the foster care system, but they weren't separated when they were purportedly reunited with her biological father in February 2019. Jameson was taken in by adoptive dads Blair and Jonathan Miller in November 2019. She refused to leave them. She refused to leave them while they were in foster care. Harmony always changed his diapers and fed him his bottle, Blair told the Sun. Jameson, now 5, has been traumatized being far away from Harmony, he said. The young girl was last seen in Manchester, New Hampshire in October 2019, but her disappearance wasn't reported missing until the last week of December. Even now he will bring it up. He tells us, I have a sister. I miss my sister. He can describe his sister. He calls her Sissy. He misses her, Jonathan said. We try to shield him from the news, but he saw her picture on a flyer and said, that's my Harmony. Not having his big sister in his life has impacted Jameson's performance in school, where he's been acting out, his dad's told the Sun. Jameson is going through a lot of trauma. It hasn't been an easy road, Jonathan said. Hold on, let me see if I could find something that's not quite the article I wanted to find. Hold on. I don't know. I can't find it. The one that I really wanted to read, but yeah, guys. So yeah, he's arrested, or he's already been in jail, but he's been in custody, but he's been charged. So that's really good news. We've been waiting for this for like a year. Everybody following the case. I mean, of course, since 2019, but we didn't know about it till 2021, because the poor mother was trying to report it. Nobody would listen. And then she had to finally call them or write to the mayor. And finally they took it serious. So yeah, 2019, supposedly what they said the day after Thanksgiving, supposedly he said, oh yeah, I took Harmony to her mom's house. That's what Kayla said that he told her. Did anybody ever answer on the press conference? Because somebody said, oh, Kayla's talking. Did anybody ever answer? Is that what they said? That she's the one that said something? Because she was like lying at first, saying, oh, Adam just told me that he took her to his mom's house. I thought Harmony was at his mom's house. But then she got charged for still collecting assistance, because she said she was basically collecting the assistance for Harmony, and Harmony wasn't even with them. So, but yeah, so I'll keep you updated if anything else comes about. I don't know how long it'll be for the trial, or if he'll just take a deal or plead guilty, or if he'll take it to trial, or whatever will happen with that. I guess we'll see, because this just happened as far as the charge. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm going to end this. I might be doing a live later. I'm not sure if my panel guests come through. I asked a couple guests to come on. If they're able to make it, I'll be doing a live tonight. We're going to be covering a few cases. Debbie Collier. What else? We're going to talk a little bit about Sean Doherty or Daughtry. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't really looked too much into it since the only thing I've looked at it is when I was on Laura's panel and she showed me a little bit about that case. I haven't really looked further into it. And then maybe Quentin and maybe Ethan Crumbly, I guess. I've been covering that, but I guess I don't know if there's something new going on, but so it'll be just kind of a multiple case live tonight if you guys can make it. So thanks for coming out, and yeah, we'll chat later hopefully. Bye everybody.